one of the most difficult brand and the client that we work with. Abe did not trust the platform TikTok until we scaled him to 156 grands in the last 30 days on TikTok shop. So this is a story of a brand owner Abe who gave us an extremely hard time. One of my friends Ruli introduced me to Abe. So Abe was not a big brand. He was not selling a lot outside TikTok shop. So during my first call as well, I just was getting a feeling that this brand can turn out to be a very tough client for us because I felt that this client may have a budget issues and he may not be able to spend the money required to really scale on TikTok shop. Now he made $40,000 profit, net profit on TikTok shop alone working with us. I like the products and he was coming from Struli reference, who's my existing client, and thought about, okay, let's give it a try. So once we started working together, after during our first onboarding call, he mentioned that he was selling a high ticket item. So the brand I'm talking about, we have a high ticket items. Every product we sell there is above $100. Like the best seller is above $150. The second best seller is $129. The third best seller is above $500. That's the selling price that we have on TikTok shop. So during the first onboarding call, he said that, okay, we are going to give it a test. We would only send like 5 to 7 samples and see how it goes. And we said, what? 5 to 7 samples? And for a fresh account, no sales, no GMV, you want to see the results with only 5 to 7 samples. So okay, fair enough. So we thought about it, and when we thought, okay, what is it that we can do here? So what we did is like we onboarded a few creators on the retainer. So typically anybody whose GMV is really high, they're gonna ask for a lot of retainers. So instead of just asking the creators to make 30 videos, we started bringing creators where most of their GMV was around 60 grand, 70 grand, and we made a request for them to make 7, 8 or 10 videos against a retainer, against like typically $20, $30 per video. So we started getting the content from these creators. So after a month, we were getting some sales here and there. That's very important for the brands to understand that it's not possible for you to scale or to see revenue in the first month. There are cases, there are examples. With one of the brand, we were able to hit 36 grams in the second month. In fact, it would have been a lot more than 36 grams. He went out of stock for the main variations. But these are exceptions. But typically, you are not going to see much increase in GMV in the first month. All right. So second month, we started getting a few more sales. Third month, we started getting a few more sales. Probably in the third month, I remember the conversation that we were having with the client where he mentioned that, like we brought like 7 or 8 creators on the retainer. 6 of them were able to generate sales. One creator did not generate any sales. And they were like, oh no, we cannot offer retainers. Why? This creator did not make any sale. We paid him the retainer. And they were like, okay, we are getting some sales. I believe we were doing $6,000 in the third month or $9,000, somewhere around six or $9,000 we were doing. And he said that we are not going to pay the retainers. And this was a very difficult situation for us. Typically, I would just move away from working with the clients with serious budget issues, because it's very important for us to scale the brands to 300 grand after within 6 to 8 months of working together. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense for us to work with them. So then, okay, fair enough. We said, okay, what is it that we can do? So we started reaching out to the creators. We started working with the creators. They started making videos for us just against a free sample. We were getting sales and the videos. And initially what was happening in the beginning, that we were getting a lot of views, but there were not much conversion. So I'm going to tell you later how we used those videos and how we were able to get source from those videos. Of course, we optimized them from the ad side. People think that GMV Max campaign is very simple, but there are ways how you can get better results from the GMV Max campaigns. There are ways that you need to utilize. GMV Max campaign is not about setting it up and forgetting it. There are ways how you can get better results out of the GMV Max campaigns. So, months passed. One of the products started performing. Let me actually show you the results as well before explaining the remaining part of the story. Here you can see last 30 days, 157 grams in GMV. If I really go back and show you the month over month growth for this brand so that you can just kind of get the feeling how this really works. Month 1, we got few sales, we got 5 orders, and we also sold like 5 units. Month 2, we did close to $6,000. Month 3, we had a 15% increase in revenue. September, we did $9,000. November, we did 123 grams. And in December, so far in the first 5 days, we did close to $34,000 or so. And now one of our best seller is gonna be out of stock for the 2 weeks, so the revenue is gonna drop. Otherwise, comfortably we would have hit 300 grams this month, even by staying so lean. This brand is super profitable. You cannot believe how much profitable we are on this brand. And let me also show you the ads part as well. You can see the ROI is 4, which is considered very, very good. I mean, this is just an ROI from the GMV Max. The actual gross sales is a lot more than 145 grams. So the cost per order is not $35. The effective cost per order is going to be a lot lesser than this. And here you can also see the items as well. For the last 31 days, all the products are contributing to some extent. But if I click on the best seller, you can see how this one is $179. The second best seller is $129. The third best seller is $519 or so. So pretty high ticket items. And you can see how many we have. Like we have close to 1600 samples in the review section. Like we have 500,000 GMV creators that we are not approving at the time because we have to be very, very budget friendly. We have very few in the ready to ship, shipped and in progress area. So you can see it was a very, very budget friendly launch. Brand is making a ton of profit, making a lot of money. And this was a difficult client. Now coming back to the story, third month, one of the, I think 7 or 8 creators that we onboarded on retainer did not perform, was not able to generate any revenue. And they were like, okay, this, like we cannot have more creators on the retainer. So what we did is like we started onboarding creators just on the commission basis. Our relationship with the creators kind of helped us because still the product is converting well. The product was doing okay in terms of the conversion wise. So we started getting the creators, the mid-tier creators, just on the commission basis, asking them if they are willing to make multiple videos. If there was a very high impact, high GMV niche specific creator, we were sending them the sample. And the revenue kept on growing. Now one of the products started performing well in the month 4 or 5. Then they said, okay, we would like to test out a few more products. Then we started sending sample to the couple of other products as well, which are now also contributing really, really well to the overall GMV that we are doing. We only sent like very few samples to those products as well to really high impact the proven creators in our category, in our industry. Some of the other challenges that we were facing were like they were making changes to the website, like deleting certain SKUs or changing the price of the products without our permission, like without letting us know. They would do things in saying that TikTok shop is not going to work for us, and we are just going to make like website is important. Now just the day before yesterday, they finally said that we feel like you have done an incredible job and we are very happy about TikTok shop, and we feel like TikTok shop has a lot of potential after a very hard grinding of a good 5 months or so. So yeah, other than this, they were not allowing us to perform any discounts. Some other really good tips that I can give you at the end of the meeting is like so we were getting views just at the right time. We were using customer outreach a lot. That helped us to get a lot of conversion, because initially we were getting a lot of views but the conversion was not there. So customer outreach helped us to get some impressive conversions. So many times you will get stuck in the GMV Max campaign, then you can do optimization to make those videos to perform. There are ways how you can optimize GMV Max campaign. I made separate videos on these, but people just kind of overlook this part. So yeah, that's the success story. I feel like I am not going to onboard a client with serious budget issues again in my life. I'm not looking to do that because it's like they don't trust the platform. We have to explain them. We have to get on a call. We have to do these long calls, and they cannot spend the money. And to be honest, if they had the money, the products were good. If they had the money, we would have done like 500,000 GMV in this month. We definitely should have done this much GMV, but that is not being the case. So yeah, see you around.